Well, the weekend is upon us and we have a bit of a mixed up forecast as we go into the weekend with a high in the north, changeable weather in the south. Let's get into it. Here's the satellite map in motion, and this is the cold stuff that's been coming through. Dunedin on Thursday went from 17 degrees to just 10 degrees in the afternoon in 1 hour as that cold change came through and raced on up. In fact, this is it here, racing on up. As you can see, it's sort of coming out to the east as it passes by Canterbury and Wellington. It's not really giving you a direct hit if you live in those places, but you're just on the edges of it. And on the other coast, another frontal system coming on through. Really up here, it's been dry and calm. As we exclusively predicted, it was not really going to rain for northern New Zealand, and it didn't. On Friday, it's been dry and calm. So let's go to the rain maps. We'll see what's happening rain-wise, and I've got a global one here to give you a better idea of where everything lies at the moment. So we've got lots of stormy stuff happening in the Southern Ocean. That's clipping us as it goes by, and that's the reason why, as you watch my hand, you can sort of see the South Island's more affected by that than the North Island. This high out here at the moment, though, actively pushing back and stopping basically this stuff from coming into the North Island. Up here we've got the normal tropical bubblings up, and still no signs of any tropical cyclones or storms up there at the moment. Let's go into the weekend now. We'll start with noon Saturday, and here is that next front that's going to be moving up the east coast. It's just brushing the eastern coastline of the North Island, but really not doing too much in the way of any sort of rain in there. Next front's coming on in, but overall, this is midday Saturday. Doesn't look too bad. Right over New Zealand, it's looking a bit cloudy, but dry. Now on Sunday, things don't really change a great deal. The high up here has a little bit more control. It pushes southwards and over the northern areas, but over the South Island it loses control. And this front that's coming on in, some pretty heavy rain in there. And as it does so, it's going to really set into those ranges and deliver with pretty heavy downpours. There could be some rain warnings issued because of this, borderline sort of stuff, but we're only at the sort of lower end of the scale, I'd imagine. And those strong winds continue through here. As we go into Monday now, this is a very unusual angle. Now, get your bearings with me. Here's Australia going across here. Here's Perth over here, the South Island, the North Island, and Antarctica. Now, the reason why I wanted to show you this one is to give you an understanding as to what weather is affecting us at the moment, and it's these westerlies. They're coming along here through the Southern Ocean, and they're brushing right over New Zealand. And it's sort of just, this is this continuous pattern. It hits Tasmania, brushes Melbourne, and then passes over the Tasman and into New Zealand. So we're expecting, as you can see, this is Monday, we're still seeing a continuation of this weather for next week. So no change next week in the weather pattern as we go on. Now, if we can stay with Monday, the next map shows us the wind. So things are back around the normal way now. And here is New Zealand on Monday. And look, it's pretty windy. The dark blue indicates no wind. Light blue indicates just a light breeze. And what we have over most of the North Island, very strong winds, especially in Auckland, Wellington, and these eastern areas, all very blustery, probably New Plymouth as well. But the South Island, under a sort of a break in that in those isobars, and so the winds are going to be mostly light around the South Island on Monday. And a quick look into the week ahead. Well, as I just said, it's looking windy for Wednesday. There we go. And here is Wednesday, and look at that. It's looking pretty unsettled as well. But this high out here is coming in for our election day, and is looking likely at this stage to be over much of the Tasman Sea, just spreading a ridge of high pressure over New Zealand. So for the election day at this stage, we're expecting it to be mostly dry, sou'westers, and the only rain we expect at this stage will be just in this lower part of the South Island. But we'll keep you informed next week on that one. Have a great weekend.